Coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Coach told me I can never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Hey, look, it's never miss a Monday. Wine on Saturday, wine on Sunday. But Coach told me I can never miss a Monday.
Good evening. Welcome to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike. I'm your host, Rick Davis. If you don't follow me on social media, I invite you to do so at Prime Real Estate Rick. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate anywhere in the great state of Texas, you can reach me directly on Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. As always, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here with you on this Monday night. I invite everyone who's checking us out live on Facebook and YouTube to get involved in tonight's show. Leave myself or Coach Mike a relevant real estate question in the comment section. And you never know, our super producer, Jay Joseph, may choose your question to be answered on tonight's show. I want to take a little time to introduce my co-host. I want to thank him so much for sitting in. He is not only a highly successful real estate broker, he is also the co-founder of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. I want to thank him so much for sitting in on Monday Night Live. And I'd like to introduce to our audience, Mr. Michael G. Davis. Coach Mike.
Man, what is going on, Prime Real Estate Rick? How are you doing on this beautiful Monday night?
Hey, man, great, man. I'm excited to be here with you, man. We have a really exciting show lined up for everyone, some really hard-hitting questions for you to address on tonight's show. But first, what's been going on in the world of CEO Coach Mike, and what's been going on lately over at Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm?
Hey, excellent question, Rick, man. You know, as we come towards the end of our 2024 programming, man, we had our amazing real estate summit on this past Saturday. So for those, you know, we have been pushing it for the last 2 to 3 weeks. And it was an amazing event, right? We had introduced our Yes to Real Estate mini investment camp. We got a lot of great feedback and enjoyment, man. We had over 100 people register. Our vendors were there. It was a lot of energy. You know, it was interesting, Rick, the same day the city of Houston was having a summit. And we actually, because I went to their summit after ours, and we actually had more people at our event than the city of Houston had at their event. So, you know, that was something to make us proud. We had a lot of great participation from our agents. And so a lot of people were helped. The customer experience was just phenomenal, amazing. This was our 6th annual summit, and we're gonna keep doing it, keep adding to it, keep making it bigger, because we really want to get out there and we want to help people. We want to help buyers. We want to put them in the best position to where they can not only just change their lives, but they can also change the lives of generations that come behind them. So, man, we're on a cloud right now, Rick.
No, and absolutely, I agree totally. I want to give a huge shout out to everybody over at Bethel's family. This event, the success of the event, is just a testament to how powerful consistency can be and how powerful it can be to give back to the community on a regular basis. I was so excited to be involved in the summit, and I was so proud to be able to work with 2 families that I met on this past Saturday. And we've already started to do the work that it takes to put them on a path to home ownership. So if you had the opportunity to stop by the summit, man, it was great to meet with you all. If you did not have an opportunity to meet with Coach Mike or myself, don't let this opportunity pass you by. You can still reach out to us. You can still reach us directly, and we'll be able to give you the same information that we were able to provide over at the summit. So appreciate you for giving that shout out, Coach Mike, because it was a glorious event.
Absolutely, Rick. Absolutely.
You know, man, not only did we have the summit, but we've had so many other events in the past week that we've had a chance to interact and meet with people. And these are the same viewers that have submitted questions for us tonight. So I want to see what type of great questions our audience has come up with fresh off of this past weekend's open houses and the real estate summit. So if you're ready, Coach Mike, I want to see what we have for you lined up with question number 1.
Hey, I'm absolutely ready. Let's go, Rick.
Let's see what we got for you, Coach Mike. Coach Mike, how do you stay motivated and continue to build your real estate business during slow seasons?
You know what? That is an excellent question, right? That is an excellent question, and I do feel like I have some guidance and some expertise to be able to provide to the person that asked that question. So, let's jump into it. The first thing this is where I want to start, Rick. Let's first start by not acknowledging, right? Let's not accept a slow season. Let's do that, right? Because the reality of it is this. Now, are there moments where activity is higher than other moments? Absolutely, right? Are there moments where, because of certain circumstances, maybe that's the kids going to school or out of school for the summer, and there's more flexibility and things like that happening? Absolutely. But does that mean that we have to put the moniker on such situation to call it slow, right? Because the reality is that imagine what you're communicating to your subconscious, your unconscious. When something's slow, then you unconsciously begin to, mirror, those thoughts, those things that are going out, right? Mm-hmm. And that's probably why whoever asked this question has a challenge with staying motivated in what they're terming a slow season, right? Mm-hmm. It would be hard to stay motivated in anything that was slow. Who's able to keep their energy high when they're moving at such a slow velocity, right? So to answer that question, Rick, we first have to start with our mindset, right? And we personally have to see every time that a new day begins, first have to recognize that we have now been given the most valuable currency, which is time, right?
Yes.
Now that you have the most valuable currency, the question is, what are you going to invest it in, right? Because that's key, just like with money, right? Mm-hmm. If you want to get a return, if you want to get the best return, then you got to make sure that you invest it in the right things. So to the caller's question, how do I stay motivated in slow times? Well, first of all, understand that slow times doesn't exist. Second of all is you need to have a consistent plan of action that you're going to execute on a daily basis. That is not contingent. Let me say this, Rick. It's not contingent on external circumstances. Your daily routine, your daily approach should be consistent, no matter the season, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening. You should have a clear path of approach every single day that's going to do a couple of things. Number one, Rick, it's got to be something that you're doing on a daily basis that's attracting business. You got to be doing something every day. It doesn't matter the season. It doesn't matter what's going on. Every day, you need to be doing some type of activity. I know at Brooks and Davis, we call them money-making activities. Some type of activity that's going to attract you business, right? We call it prospecting. And there's thousands, hundreds, if not thousands of ways that you could prospect, right? So we're not going to get into the details of the specifics, but we're going to keep it real simple. You need to be doing at least an hour a day, every day, five hours a week of prospecting, being intentional with how you invest your time, right? The second thing is you got to make sure that you're nurturing your second most valuable resource, which is relationships. So you need to be intentionally every day identifying who are those people that matter to me most? Who are those people that know me, like me, and trust me? Who are those top 50? Who are those sphere of influence? Who are those people that are in my network, right? That are fans of me, that want to see me win, that want to see me succeed? Who are those people? And you need to be engaging those people in a meaningful way at least once a month, right? And for you to do that, Rick, guess what you got to do? You got to be intentional, having some time every day to where you're going to do that. Whether that's a meaningful phone call, a text message, whether that's a meaningful handwritten note, maybe that's a meeting with them and having coffee or lunch or dinner, or like what I did this weekend with me and Laquan. We went out to a birthday party. It was one of my top 50s birthday party, right? And I was tired, dead tired, because we had the summit. But guess what? It's in my top 50. Wasn't going to miss it. Because not only is he a friend, because top 50 is about being a better friend, it's also good for business, right? To be there. And guess what, Rick? When I went to this one person's birthday party, there were 3 other people there that were in my top 50. So I was able to engage 3 people that I considered in the creme de la creme of my circle of influence, right? By attending that event. But that's the point. So at least every day, an hour of prospecting, every day, an hour of nurturing, at least an hour of nurturing your top 50, the people that know you, like you, trust you, care about you already. And then the final thing, Rick, is that if you're going to be doing these things that's going to attract you business, you better spend time every day making sure that you're facilitating your pipeline. Because what you and I both know, Rick, is that when a person decides that they want to buy a house or they decide that they want to sell their house, that they've been thinking about it, that thing just don't happen overnight, do it. It requires some time. Nurturing that relationship, spending time calling that person, reaching out to them. It takes a while to convert people when they decide that they want to do something. Again, over this last Saturday, I count 5 people. 5 people engage me about something real estate related that they want. 5 people. But here's the reality of it. Those 5 people, if anything materialized from them 5 people, it's not going to happen probably until the first or second quarter next year, right? But guess what? The people that I've closed on this week and this quarter and this month, there are people that engaged me 4, 5, 6 months ago. That's what being in my business. So, and it came from and materialized, Rick, from every day making sure that you're engaging that pipeline, those B leads, those C leads, those people that raised their hand and they said that they want to do something. So you got to be doing those 3 things every day. And it doesn't matter what season it is. It doesn't matter if it's in the summer. It doesn't matter if it's in the winter. It doesn't matter. If you do those activities and you consistently do them, then you'll never have an issue about, number one, being motivated, right? Because you're going to find a pride in doing the work. And number 2, you're not going to have an issue with having consistency in your income and the closing checks. You're going to have closings in July as well as closings in November and December if you execute on that. So, that's what I would offer to that person, Rick. Those couple of tidbits, those couple of things.
No, I agree totally. And the thing that I would like to add, and I would like to share this with everyone in our audience, is that real estate market is a cyclic event. It works in cycles. So regardless of what cycle of we're going through in the real estate market, there's going to always be people to serve. If interest rates are high, there's going to be sellers out there that need assistance in getting their home sold for the value in which they're looking for. If interest rates are low, there's going to be buyers that need your assistance to find properties that fit within their budget and their area of interest and where they would like to educate their children. So to Coach Mike's point, as long as you consistently do those money-making activities, regardless of what area or what part of the real estate market cycle we're in, there'll always be people out there that you could serve. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we're here to serve the community. So from that standpoint, I want to agree with everything Coach Mike was saying, and I urge everyone in the audience to add this information to your tool belt so that you can always consistently be moving forward and building your real estate practice. Hey, man, Coach Mike, that was great information, man. Great advice. I hope everyone in the audience has an opportunity to not only take your advice, but to put it into practice. Because I believe if they start to follow some of the things that you share on a weekly basis here on Monday Night Live, not only will they see that their expertise as far as real estate will start to expand, but they'll see that they'll be able to work their business and their business won't work them. So that's one of the things that I'm glad you're able to share. Hey, Coach Mike, I'm really interested and curious to see what we have as far as question number 2, man. So if you're ready, I'd like to share that with you and the audience.
Let's go, man. I stay ready, Rick.
Question number 2. Coach Mike, what are some creative marketing techniques you've used to sell homes that have been on the market longer than expected?
And you know what, Rick? Here's something that I found myself saying a lot recently. This is what I found myself saying a lot to agents, our agents, even my colleagues that are licensed in this business. What I've been saying a lot lately, Rick, is we don't have to overcomplicate this. I've been finding myself saying it a lot lately. We don't have to overcomplicate this. Okay. Now, when it comes to selling anything, We're not just talking about a house. When it comes to selling anything, there's really it's three different things, but it's really two main things that go into selling something, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first one is price, right? Price. And who determines price, Rick? Regardless of what it is that you're selling, who determines price? A market.
Mm-hmm.
A market determines price. The seller doesn't determine the price. The buyer doesn't determine the price. The professional doesn't determine the price. What determines the price is the market. So price, right? All right. Well, what's the other thing that goes into when selling anything, right? We ain't just talking about real estate, anything. Well,
competition.
Well, not even really that, Rick, because if it's priced right, you ain't got to worry about competition. And if this other thing is work, you ain't got to worry about competition. The other thing is condition. Does a condition justify the price? Right? That's where there's a price for brand new things and there's a price for used things. It's the same thing, right? But there's a different price. Why? Because typically with used things, the condition is different. It's been utilized. So that's the second thing. But what's the third thing? That really doesn't hold a lot of weight, but it does. It's location, right? Because there are different things that cost different. They have a different level of value based on the location that they're in. So you have that dynamic going on as well. But a lot of times the location is the market. Those two are somewhat connected because the location that the market is in is really going to kind of dictate when it comes to the pricing piece. So that's why location it's there, but it's not there. The two big ones, price, condition. Does the condition justify the price, right? Mm-hmm. All right. So now let's talk about a house. If a house is on the market and it's not selling, then it's one or two things, Rick. It's one or two reasons why the house is not selling. And one of those reasons is either it's priced too high, according to what the market says. The condition is perfect, but it's priced too high, or it's priced right, but the condition of the property does not justify selling it at that amount, right? If the house was fixed up, or if it had repairs, or if it was in a better condition, then it would sell for that price. But it's not. So because it's not, we got to modify the price, or we got to upgrade. We got to fix the condition. Like one of those. That's it, Rick. It's those two things. The caller asked me about creative techniques. Creative techniques, Rick. If it's priced too high, how creative do I got to be to sell something that the market says it's too high? I use this illustration,
right,
Rick. I use this illustration. So you go to the grocery store. We bought groceries yesterday. We went to the grocery store. All right. You go to the grocery store, they got the bread aisle, Rick. You get you some bread. And depending on what grocery store you go to, there are different types of bread. And some bread is, this price, it's at a little premium. And then some bread is, it's at the price, whatever. All right. But it's a range. Not every loaf of bread is the same amount of money. I get you. All right. Now, if I had to say that range probably will go between $1 on the low end to $3-4 on the high end for bread. Okay. That's my range. We got my market. We're here in Houston. This is my market for the bread, right? Okay. So first, let's talk about condition. Now, they got some $4 bread and people will buy that $4 bread. Maybe it's good bread. Like it's just amazing bread. And people just really love this bread and they're going to pay $4 for it. Right? But Rick, if the bread is moldy, you think they're going to pay $4 for it? They're not going to pay $4 for no moldy bread, Rick. I don't care. It's the same kind of bread. It's the same brand. Right? It got all the stuff. It's that type. It's that brand of bread, but it's moldy. I'm not paying $4 for that. I'm not paying nothing for it, Rick. It's moldy. Why would I buy moldy bread? Okay. All right. Here's the other thing, Rick. I could take this top-notch, most high-level bread, and I can say, I'm going to charge $10 for this bread, Rick. Now, it's amazing bread. It just melts in your mouth. It's not moldy. It's the bread. But it's 3 times $10 what other people can get the bread for. Now, Rick, if I'm gonna sell that loaf, is there any level of creativity that I can approach to this loaf of bread to sell it for $10 when it's only worth $4? Rick, I can spend $1 million marketing this bread. I can have monkeys flying from helicopters with parachutes, with fireworks, with the best celebrities in town pushing this $10 bread. Ain't nobody buying that bread, Rick.
Yeah.
That's not what bread is worth. So it ain't about creativity in sales. You ain't got to be creative. You gotta know 2 things. Is it priced according to what the market say? And does the condition justify the price? It's them 2 things. Now, if the price is right and the condition justifies the price, you know which is the number 1 place to sell properties here in Houston, Texas, Rick? The number 1 place? The MLS, man. Just take your property that's priced right and the condition it justifies the price and go take some pictures of it and go be intentional about your description and put it on the market. And you know what's going to happen, Rick? It's going to sell. That's all you got to do. There ain't no creativity. I know some agents out there, man. They're going to these listing appointments and they're just ranting and raving on how creative and they all the marketing and all this and all that. And that's because they really don't want to do the hard work, which is getting the seller to understand that I don't care what number you want. This is what the market is saying. And if you're not willing to put it on the market at this amount, it ain't selling. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm willing to walk away from you and let you deal with it because it ain't going to sell anyway. See, most agents is not willing to have that conversation because they feel like they're losing something. So they'll get a property and they'll sit on it and it just be on the market and ain't nothing happening, right? Because they too afraid to be 100 and stand and being 100% candid with a person. That's not service, Rick. You're not helping nobody doing that. You're not helping nobody agreeing to these people's terms, knowing that this ain't gonna work, that then it's not gonna sell. They're not gonna get the result that they're looking for. You're not doing them a service as a professional, right? That ain't what these people need. But it's a lot of us out there doing that, right? And look at Andre. Andre saying, get fired regardless, right? Yes to real estate over here commenting. He right. You're going to do all of that, take it, and still get fired. What's the point? So we ain't got to be, ain't nobody out here got no magical powers, Rick. We just making sure that it's priced right. We just making sure that the condition, and if it's not priced right, we're going to offer recommendations and advice. If the condition doesn't justify the price, we're going to offer our expertise. We're going to offer recommendations. We're going to do that because that's what professionals do, Rick. That's what we do. We guide people, right? We don't leave them up to their own thoughts and decisions, especially when they're doing something that they have no frame of reference. This isn't what they do. So why would you let them drive the ship? It's a reason they're meeting with you. Why would you come in there and they meet with you and then you let them tell you what to do? And you the professional. What sense does that make? It don't make sense. But they do it, Rick. And I don't know why. But that's my take on that one. The creativity, forget all of that. This is where you need to be creative, Rick. You need to be creative in selling yourself, selling your business, selling you to the people. That's where the creativity needs to come into your marketing, into your sales process, into your unique selling proposition. Right? What's going to differentiate you from other agents? Like, that's where all your creativity need to go. It don't need to go into selling no house. That's simple. I don't need a bunch of creativity. You see what I'm saying, Rick?
No, absolutely. I agree. And I would just like to add, if you are an agent and you come across a seller who's had a home on the market or have been trying to sell it for a while. They haven't been able to get the price that they had in their mind's eye for what they wanted to achieve throughout this process. I would urge you all to just do a more detailed market analysis for them. A lot of times, especially with sellers, they don't always have at their fingertips the latest and greatest and the most up-to-date as far as facts, figures, times, days on market, price reductions, and the like. And I think a lot of times, especially with homes that are on the market for 90 days, 6 months, a year even, a lot of times if you were to go out, let them know what homes are actually being purchased for right now in their zip code, price per square foot, to your point, Coach Mike, of equaling quality, that's a great location, they'll see that it's worth their time to price their home as something that's more competitive to what's going on in the market, and not necessarily have their home sitting on the market for months on end trying to achieve a number that isn't really realistic in today's times. So from that standpoint, I would ask all the agents, use all your hard tools that are at your fingertips. Use those CMAs, get that info, have it at your fingertips, and be able to present that in a manner that's something that they can understand and they can see the value in the expertise and information you're sharing with them. So I agree totally, Coach Mike, and I hope everyone in the audience can heed that advice. And then when they run into this issue, because you will, you can be able to present yourself as a professional whose advice your clients will take and heed. So from that standpoint, Coach Mike, man, great advice. And I hope everyone in the audience that has some time to write that down, or if not, come back to this episode, share it, go back, chop it up, and make sure you add this to your tool belt of games, because I think it'll help all of us out, especially in today's times. You know, Coach Mike, not only do you do a great job of answering the questions, being able to share your expertise with our audience, but one of the things I'm always most excited about, and I get great feedback from when I'm out and about, is the information that we share on BND TV, all the affiliate programs, and all the new agent training and education that we provide at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm. So Coach Mike, could you share with our audience a little bit about what's going on this week, what we can expect from Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, and what type of content will we be able to watch on BND TV?
Absolutely, Rick. Let's jump into it. So, first, I want to, shout out the Houston Black Real Estate Association. It's an organization that, I've been a part of for many, many years. This organization is very, very intentional about ensuring that there's democracy in housing. We're big on empowering, enriching the community, empowering the members of the organization, as well as enhancing the brand, through our E3. We do things, this organization does things with women investing in real estate, with, men buy houses, doing work on a political landscape as far as the different laws and the different, things that are in place that may be hindering our community, the Black community, as it relates to the homeownership rate, those participating in that, as well as from an investment standpoint and building legacy. So whenever I get an opportunity to really showcase something that the organization is doing, I'll definitely like to take advantage of that. This week, they're having the HUD certificate home buying class again, which is a testament to them really bridging the gap with some of the challenges. If you all don't know, for you to be able to access down payment assistance when wanting to purchase a home, people, and we know there's a lot of resources that are out in the marketplace, but for people to access those resources, many of those programs require you to do a HUD certified class, education class. It's typically 8 hours of education. It's a great, they should though, right? They should require that, because the reality is that if we're going to assist somebody to get into the house, we want to make sure that they stay. And education is key when it comes to that. Well, for you to be able to access those resources and you go to that class, they're going to give you a certificate. Most of these classes cost, Rick, they can cost upwards of $100. Well, the Houston Black Real Estate Association recognized that, right? Why would you want to continue to put barriers in front of people that they're telling you they need resources? That's why they come to the class. Why are you going to make them pay for it? Well, what we've decided to do is now we do a class every month, and that class is at no cost to the attendee. It's the full class. It's everything that the other class all the other classes, they're all the same because they're all sanctioned by the Department of HUD at a federal level. So it's the exact same class. But for ours, you don't have to pay for it. You get the certificate. You'll be able to access the resources because that's how committed we are to increasing home ownership for everyone, right? So this Thursday is orientation. Friday is the actual class. We've made it super convenient because it's virtual. All people have to do is go to hbraevents.org or scan the QR code and they can begin to enroll. Again, this class is for people that they've begun because you still got to get approved for a loan, right? So this is for people that can get approved for a loan. They want to access the down payment resources. They need the HUD certificate class, right? Now, if you're not able to get a loan, then Brooks and Davis actually has a class that we do on a monthly basis. And I'm going to talk to you guys about that here in a little bit. Oh, I'm going to talk to you about it right now. So our pre-home buyer session is actually for individuals that are not able to get a loan. Like there's something that's preventing them from being able, like it's the very first step, right? Rick, I don't encourage people when they're at the very first step to go to the HUD certificate class. Like there's no need for you to do 8 hours of education and you're at the very first step, okay? So that class is after you've taken some steps, you've spoken to a lender, did a loan application, you've talked to a realtor, like that's when that class is pulled in. But if you're at the very first step, this is the class that you need to be participating in. Because with our pre-home buyer session, that's where we spend about 45 minutes and we demystify some things. You know, we inspire you and get you to understand why it is so critical that you do this, you take this step, because we know it's hard. It's not easy to for most people, it's not easy to put yourself in a position where you can qualify to purchase a home. It's going to require some things and some steps. So you need somebody there to help you and inspire you. But there's also some myths that are in the marketplace, especially when it comes to the lending process. So we want to demystify those myths. And what also, there's a lack of knowledge when it comes to non-traditional methods of being able to purchase. There's a lot of non-traditional methods that a person could take advantage of to be able to own a home. So this class is for that. And the reason that I say, Rick, that it's for the individual that's just starting is because what our intention is, at the end of this session, you'll know exactly what your next step is, right? Not the person sitting next to you, not the person that's on Zoom, your specific next step. You will know exactly who you need to talk to, what resource you need to tap into, and we can make the connection on the day of, right? There's nothing else out there like this. Why? Because there's no other brokerage firm out there like us, right? We are creative, Rick. We know where to use our creativity. So this is our last pre-home buyer session of the year. Before we go into the winter months, and we're going to pick things back up in January. So if you haven't done it and you want to put yourself in a position, you know, you got some work that needs to be done. You want to put yourself, or even if you don't know that you need some work that needs to be done, come to the class and find out. It's in person and it's on Zoom. And the only reason we added this class, because typically we don't do one in October because we have the real estate summit. The only reason we added this class was because we wanted to continue the momentum that we had built from the real estate summit. So everybody that registered for the summit is going to get a personal invitation to this class, as well as letting them know that it's the last class of the year for them to get in. So we're expecting a really big turnout for this final class for our pre-home buyer session, right? So go ahead and get a head start. Go to the link, scan the QR code so you can reserve your seat, and make sure that you're not the one missing out. Because look, the place only holds a certain amount of people. And once we reach capacity, you're going to have to wait till 2025. And who wants to do that, Rick? Who wants to wait till 2025 when they can do it right now? All right. So that's our pre-home buyer session. All right. Finally, BND TV. Again, we're coming into the final month of BND TV. We have like 2 more episodes of programming, 2 more weeks of programming for BND TV. Well, you've experienced Monday Night Live. We go live every Monday here on Facebook and on YouTube. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing our prime real estate. Our Real to Life podcast is what we're going to be doing. One of our last Real to Life podcasts. is going to be on tomorrow beginning at 12:30, right? Great program because we're able to hear the different stories. We're able to learn about people's passions that are outside of real estate. That's why we enjoy this show so much. You can go to our YouTube channel and see all of the past episodes. And if you're a real estate professional, we want to hear your story as well. We want you to be on the show. So if that's something that you want to do, scan the QR code. It'll take you to the guest questionnaire, fill it out, and let's get you on the calendar. Let you be one of the first people that we interview in 2025. We would love to hear your story. So that's the Real Estate Podcast. All right. Also on Tuesdays at 2:30, we do our Real Estate Happy Hour live. It's another BND TV show where we go live on Facebook and YouTube with our hosts and special guests, where we discuss social media trending topics, current events, real estate industry related topics, along with some real estate advice to consumers and realtors. It's real estate professionals talking about randomness. The best part about this show is that the audience has the opportunity to get on the screen with us and share their thoughts. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the evolution of cartoon hits. So it's going to be an amazing conversation. You want to be a part of it. It's just real estate professionals talking about randomness. It's a very lighthearted show, and we want you to be in part of the conversation. And again, one of the last shows remaining for 2024. So definitely take advantage of it. Now, as we go into our final episode of BND TV, the Prime Real Estate Network, Rick, I want to allow you an opportunity to tell the people why they need to be checking in every week with you guys, and who you all have coming down the pipeline as guests.
No, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Coach Mike, man. Really proud to announce to the audience, man, we have really exciting episodes of the Prime Real Estate Network live coming up in the next couple of weeks. You can stop in, check out myself and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks. We'll be sharing and exposing our audience to the latest and greatest and the movers and shakers in the real estate industry, not only here in Houston, but all over the great state of Texas. But we are especially excited about our Home for the Holidays program. You'll start hearing more about the homes that we have available in the Katy area that families will be able to tour, offer, and hopefully move in right in time for the Christmas and Thanksgiving holidays. So check us out this Thursday. You'll learn more about owner financing and all of the great things that we have available at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm that we utilize to make home ownership possible for everyone in the area. So appreciate you so much, Coach Mike, for allowing me to invite everyone to check us out this Thursday.
Absolutely, Rick. Absolutely. All right. I also want to encourage our audience to subscribe to the Houston Real Estate Channel. It's definitely powered by Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, where we explore the vibrant neighborhoods in and around Houston. So whether you're relocating to Houston or relocating within Houston, it's a comprehensive guide to exploring these neighborhoods. You're going to be able to see valuable insights on the real estate market, our diverse range of videos, including in-depth market reports and essential tips for buyers and sellers. So if you're not already a subscriber, make sure you subscribe today so you can get this amazing access to multiple areas that goes deep into the different specifics when it comes to location. And we know when it comes to real estate, it's about location. So here's a place now where you can go and you can learn about the different locations that you may be interested in. So subscribe to the channel today. All right. Now, I mentioned earlier, Rick, about Brooks & Davis and that there's no brokerage firm like us. Well, I'm not just talking. Like I believe it. I know it, right? And here's just another example of what sets us apart when it comes to brokerages, right? Because at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, we're the only brokerage firm that I know that offers a money back guarantee. Because by offering a money back guarantee, that shows that we put our agents first. That we're about taking agents and their careers to new heights, right? We offer something that no one else does. It's a powerful money back guarantee, Rick, because we believe in our support so much that if you don't close a transaction within 90 days, we'll refund you every dollar you've paid to us. And if a year goes by and you still haven't closed, we'll even refund your payments to HAR, MLS, and Super. Nobody else is doing that. Your success is our priority at Brooks & Davis. You know, you're not just joining a brokerage, you're becoming a part of a community that's dedicated to your growth. So whether you're a licensed agent, you know, ready to elevate your career, or you're on your way to earning your license, we've got a place for you. And you can definitely learn more about this money back guarantee along with other exclusive programs that we have by going to the website that's on the screen. And in addition to our money back guarantee, we also have our World Changers community. And this is all about connection and collaboration. And it's not for Brooks and Davis agents, right? It's for people that are licensed and they want to be connected to a community. They want to be connected to a community where they can grow, but they're not quite ready to switch their brokerage, their license. They're not quite ready to move, to uproot themselves, but they want to be connected to a different situation. And that's what the World Changers community offers, right? If you're able to unlock the full potential of your real estate career and you can become a part of this free membership, it doesn't cost a thing. It's a supportive family where you can grow, innovate, and be recognized. Embrace your diversity as we reshape real estate with impactful solutions for all communities. You know, what I love most about the World Changers community is that as an agent, there are certain components that we're able to provide to you that we provide to our agent members. Things that are of value that we provide to you that you don't pay for just by being connected with us, right? You too can get it by just being a member of the World Changers community to help you. So whatever challenges that's going on with your current brokerage, with your current situation, you need additional support and resources and education, you can get that by being a part of the World Changers community. Now, if you decide to join Brooks and Davis, obviously there's so much more that you could tap into, including the money back guarantee, right? But even if you're not ready to take that step, you want to get close to us, right? Because just being close to us, Rick, can change your life. Join Brooks and go to the link that's on the screen, learn more about the World Changers community. There's 2 ways that you can be a part of it. If you already have a real estate license, we invite you to explore the World Changers community, take the next step and visit the link. Or if you're in the process of obtaining or interested in getting your real estate license, you too can be connected to us. You can discover the exclusive opportunity that's waiting for you with Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm student affiliate membership, right? So we have something for everybody. I'm so thrilled to share this incredible opportunity with you. I know that it aligns perfectly with your interests and goals. So, hey, let's join us. Join us together as we shape the future of real estate. And then finally, go ahead and follow us on social media, man. Stay in the loop by following us on LinkedIn for industry insights, Instagram for behind the scenes fun, Facebook for lively discussions, and YouTube for exclusive video content. Join the community, search Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm on each platform, hit the follow, subscribe button. Do not miss out on the latest updates and exciting content. I look forward to seeing you on all these multiple places. All right, Rick, that's what I got for him.
No, you know, it's really great to sit in here with you on Monday Night Live, Coach Mike, because we not only answer questions from the audience, other real estate professionals, but we have the responsibility to try to motivate and inspire all the members of our audience that are real estate professionals to go out there and service the community to the best of their ability. Sometimes being a real estate professional can be a thankless job, especially when you're servicing first-time buyers, first-time sellers even. So we hope that members of our audience, when they come to the Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike, they're inspired to continue to work. They're motivated to improve themselves and educate themselves, even if they're an affiliate of Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm, an aspiring agent, or a current real estate student. So, Coach Mike, before we sign off this week, are there any words you'd like to share with our audience in closing so that we can send them out this week with all the energy, all the fire that they need to be their best?
Nah, absolutely, Rick. You know, I find myself saying this a lot lately as well because people just need to know, listen, this business is hard. All right. I know there's a lot of people that got in this business because they thought it was easy. I know you did, but it's not. It's far from easy. So you got to ask yourself, I mean, it's really, really hard. But here's the thing though, Rick, we all had to go through it. We all had to experience it. Nobody got through this thing and it was a pie in the sky. I promise you. It took everybody some time to get into it. So if you're currently licensed, right, and you're having a struggle, like it's a struggle for you, what I'm saying is stick with it. Because if you stick with it, especially if you're connected with the right brokers, like you got to get connected to the right brokers, right? But if you are connected to the right brokerage, stick with it. Like, trust the process. You're with some people that, as long as you're with some people that care about you and care about your success, then stick with it, right? Because it's worth it. I promise you it is. There's no better career out here than real estate. I promise you, right? But you got to get on the other side of it, right? We really create impact in people's lives, like a big impact in people's lives. And if you're an impact person, this is absolutely the career for you. So stick with it. You're going to make it happen.
No, absolutely, man. I thank you so much for your time, Coach Mike. I'm sure our audience feels the same way. On behalf of Mr. Michael G. Davis, CEO of Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, and myself, Rick Davis, we want to thank everyone in the audience for checking us out. We're here for you 24/7, 365. You can call, text, email, direct message, reach out to us via any medium that you have access to. Until the next Monday Night Live Real Estate Call-In Show with Coach Mike, we urge everyone in our audience to please be safe and be blessed.